Alright there folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Always a pleasure to see you. Hope we're all doing good. We're in day 3. Day 3 of Auckland and Adelaide. Going to be going through them as quick as I can. I haven't got that long to get this video out before the game starts. I do apologise. It's only for these tournaments. Only for this week while I'm in work. These are going to be late, so do stick your notifications on if you would. Right, before we get into these, like the video if you would, subscribe if you're not. Appreciate it if you did. I'll say it again, put the notifications on. Don't be a fool. Do yourself a favour, do that. And if you want to support the channel, links in the description and the pinned comments along with the picks. Got a double and a single today. Before we get into them, touching on the double yesterday, I had Flavio Caboli and I had Boo for a set, so I don't know how it works for you, depending on what bookie you're with. So Caboli ended up retiring, done the right thing for himself and for us. But so for me, that ended up getting struck off the bet, and I ended up just cashing my stake back out. You know, there was no point. I'm not going to sit there and let the stake ride for such a minuscule profit for Boo for a set. I imagine you'd done the same if you had the opportunity to. So, you know, I hope you did. If you didn't, and you just had to sit there and watch Boo get fucking smoked by yelling at Struff, I do apologise, but like I said, there was no damage done for me personally. Right then, let's waste no time with these. How much time have we got? Not a lot. As you can see in the pinned comments, you know what I'm going for, but we're still going to talk about them anyway. So first off, this is in the double as well. We've got Nishesh, Basaveretti, Alejandro Tabilo, split right down the middle. I think Nishesh could do him. I think Nishesh on the money line looks like a solid play. Tabilo. We bet against Tabilo. Our first bet of the season, was it? Yeah. Well, obviously not including the next gens, but first bet of the season. We had Bonzi to beat Tabilo now. Tabilo did take that first set, but you know, like we've seen in the past, the nerves just got the better of him. Basaveretti, we watched all his games in the next gen. We've covered all his games so far. I imagine we're just going to continue to do that throughout the entire season. He's been playing so good. He's still playing so good. He's fantastic on the hard court. And he's a man from Stanford University. I'm taking him for a set. Just a set against Tabilo. In his last 2 games, so in his 2 games qualifying for this, was it? Or his last 2, I can't remember. So he's only dropped 7 games. I think it was in his last 2, yeah. He's beat Commissania, Daniel Altmaier. Alright, none of them near the calibre of Tabilo on the day, admittingly, but 6-2, 6-2 for Nishesh against Commissania, and then roughly the same, 6-2, 6-1 against Daniel Altmaier. He's going to fancy himself to win this. I quite fancy him to win it as well. But I tell you what I love him for a set. I really do. There's no reason not to. I mean, personally, I can't see Tabilo just pulling off the upper. Would it really be an upset? Probably not. But odds-wise, I can't see Tabilo pulling off an upset in straight sets here. I just can't. I feel like he really struggled in Brisbane against Bonzi, but I don't think, and it may just be me, let me know in the comments, but just from what I've seen, fucking hell, my throat, given the eye test over the past day or 2, I don't think these courts in New Zealand are quite as fast as the ones we've just had in Brisbane. Still fast, but not quite. I feel like Tabilo probably has a little bit of a better chance on a surface like this as opposed to the one he's just played on. He's going to have to come guns blazing. Yeah, he's going to have to go all out here against Nishesh the way he's playing. Say, he's barely dropping a game, never mind a set. I fancy him to take a set. I really do. That's on the double. That should be nice and easy. Who's up next? Quickly, Zizou Bergs, Luca Nardi. Flavio Caboli was just broken when he was in bits. yesterday he was clearly not in any state to play. Fair play for him for shaking his hand, but I don't know how much weight that this win holds for Lucanari. He looked alright, he didn't look too bad. The first 4 games was pretty much what we expected, and then Cavalli just pretty much unravelled in front of our eyes. But I said it yesterday and I'll say it again, he's still riding this crazy win streak going back to November last season. All hard court as well. Alright, they were on the Challenger, but it still stands for something, doesn't it? Zizou Berg 2-1 against Carreño Busta. I do like that. I really like that win. Remember when he come back last season and we were just taking him all over the summer? Yeah, that was probably one of my favourite parts of the season. He's also beat Commissania as well, 2-1. 2-1, look what Nishesh did to him. 6-2, 6-2. He barely beat him. And then he just beat Isaac Bearcroft in straight sets. Isaac Bearcroft, he was barely in the top 1,000. What was that result there? Let me just check. 6-3, 7-5. Got to do better. Got to be doing better. I need to have seen more from Zizou Bergs in order to take him there. I really would. Lucanardi for a set while he's a dog probably isn't a bad shout. It's probably not. Just going off the last 10 there, going back to last season, Zizou Bergs got wins over Manuel Ginar, Hugo Gaston, Felipe Miselic, is that? Yeah. Morris Cañas, Carreño Busta, and then the ones I've just said. Lucanardi's only been beating challenger people as well, but he's still been beating them. No reason for you to bet against them, really. I'm really grateful that Cavalli pulled out of that game and saved me, because I'd have looked like a right knobhead, because he was just going to get done in straight sets, weren't he, by Nardi, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him take one off Zizou Berg. He might even win. You never know. Alex Michelsen, Sonego, not going anywhere near it. Not while Michelsen's 1.5 on the decimal there, excuse me. Head-to-head's 2-0 to Sonego. We remember both of these, surely. Surely we remember at least one of these. I've just mentioned Carreño Busta over the summer there. In this very same tournament, Lorenzo Sonego absolutely molested Alex Michelsen. Bageled him in the first set, and then 6-3 in the second. Was that the final? It was, wasn't it? It was. It was, because we done a live stream for it. I remember it. And then he beat him on the clay in Italy earlier on in the year. I'm just going to say this. Alright, Alex Michelsen beat Christopher O'Connell. Barely. He got fisted up by Thompson, didn't he, in Brisbane? Fair play. He's just dropped the set to Summit Nagal on the hard court. A tiebreaker, mind you. I don't like that. One bit. Sonego's already done Benak. He's just been beat by Cam Norrie, which, after his game against Facundo Diaz Acosta, that seems like a bad beat. Although Cam Norrie was playing a lot better against him than what he did last night. And then he got that win against Gabe Diallo in the first round. It'd be Sonego for me, personally. I'm not taking it. I'm really not, because I know what Alex Michelsen is capable of on his day. I just haven't seen enough so far. It's still early days in the season. There's no need to rush in on any of these lads. So, take Sonego for the set. Maybe. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Diaz Acosta, Baez, absolutely not. No one's touching that, are we? I highly doubt anyone's touching that. Head-to-head 4-1 to Baez for anyone that cares. Odds are very, very close. 2 clay merchants going at it. I want none of that. I want absolutely none of that. And then, speaking of clay merchants, we've got Francisco Cerundolo, Roberto Carballes Baena. Equally not as interested in this one. Especially while Cerundolo's 1.5 on the decimal year. Who did he get beat by last year? He got absolutely battered in this very tournament in his first game. Oh, who the fuck was it? Was it Hugo Humbert? I can get it up, can't I? Wait there, let me just get the records up. Surrundalo, Auckland. Alexander Muller. Alexander, I wouldn't have said. I was close. I was close. He was French, but I'd have never have said that. Yeah, 6-1, 6-1. No, thank you. No, thank you. Surrundalo's not that good on the hard court. Neither's Carby Espana, but I will say this: last season, I seen a massive improvement in the hard court for Carby Espana. All right, he went 10-12. But for those that watch tennis, you'll know, you'll understand. That's a massive improvement on the years gone by. Surrundalo was what, 5-11, 5-10, 5-11. Nah. No, no, no. See you later. And you. Mariano Navone, Nuno Boge, see you later. Actually, no, let me just... Quick shout out to Mariano Navone. He actually won a game on the hard court. Fucking hell. It was against Manarino, but it's still a win. Just his fourth hard court win of his career. Speaks volumes, that. Speaks volumes. He's played Nuno Boge in the Olympics. Yeah, he played him in the Olympics. And he fucking done him as well. He absolutely dusted him. 6-2, 6-2 on the clay. Yeah, that's why. That's why. I'm not going near Nuno Boge. I'm just not. He probably beats him. It is the hard court. I mean, Nuno Boge. I don't know what will have to happen to him in order for him to get beat by Navone tomorrow. I really don't. But didn't think Navone was going to beat Manarino, although that probably was his best chance out of the entire tournament. So, with that being said, it probably still would be Nuno Boge or nothing for me. And then I put the heat on about 20 minutes ago and it's still freezing. Fucking hell, I'm sitting here like that, shivering like a fucking baghead. Oh, God. Ben Shelton, Mensah. Now, I'd love to bet on Ben Shelton, yeah. If we were in America, I definitely would. Every day of the week. Unfortunately, we're not. And I haven't seen Ben Shelton play yet. And there's one thing that has stuck in my brain from last season, especially from the start, and I said it all throughout last year. The Americans got off to an absolute stinker. Ben Shelton included. They all got off to an absolute stinker. Tommy Paul did, Ben Shelton did. See, I felt like there was loads of them. Taylor Fritz did. Couldn't believe it. He's already beat him before. When did he beat him? Was it last year? It would have been. When did Shelton beat him? Indian Wells. There you go. 2-1 in the Indian Wells. I've got nothing for this one, but what I will say is this will be a matchup. We'll be seeing this for the next God knows how many years, won't we? This is one on the card for the next 10 years, probably, maybe even longer. God knows how many times these are going to play each other on the hard court. Should prove to be a decent matchup for the future. Can't bet on Mensah. I don't even fancy giving Mensah as a dog. We know how inconsistent he can be. When he plays bad, he plays really bad. So, 1.7 on Ben Shelton, that's very tempting. That is very tempting, but I think I'm just going to wait and watch and to see what version of Ben Shelton we get for the 2025 season. I'm not going to risk it. And then finishing us off. This is it. You know what? The more I look at this one, the more I've got mixed feelings about it. But I've got Jan Leonard Struff, Gael Monfils. 1.8 for Struff here. Very, very close on the money indeed. Head-to-head's 2-0 to Monfils. These haven't played each other since 2018. Long time ago, that, folks. Gael Monfils was done. He was dead and buried against Pedro Martinez. He got fucked up in the first set, and then Martinez was saving for the match. Ended up giving up the break, and then not only that, he ended up giving up the entire match. Unbelievable. Gutless shit that from Martinez, innit? Alright, we know he's not a hardcore player, but even still, you can't lose that. You can't be losing games from that position, man. Fucking hell, what are you doing? I thought Struff looked decent against Boo. didn't know what to expect with it being the first game of the season, but he looked really good. That save was just, you can't play against it. On a surface like this, you just can't play against the save like that. You really can't. Like, the first two games just set the tone for that entire match with Boo. I think Struff just went 15, 30, 40, see you later within like 2 seconds. And then every Boo game was just dragging on for like half an hour because, I can't see Monfils. That version of Monfils that played Pedro Martinez definitely does not beat Jan-Lennard Struff. Absolutely not. I refuse to believe it. Monfils as well, the longer the games go and the deeper he goes in the tournament, the more question marks that surround him. He's no spring chicken, we know that. Neither is Jan-Lennard Struff, but he's definitely got the edge. Definitely got the edge. It's a single anyway. You've already seen it, haven't you? I need to stop acting like this is a big surprise. Jan-Lennard Struff at 1.8. I cannot say no to that. I can't say no to it. I did have a treble sorted out where it was just Struff for a set, so maybe if you approach it from that angle, fair play to you. I might even... Actually, no. I'm just going to stick with the double and the single. But yeah, I'll be going with Struff. Just to win. 1.8. Can't see Monfils doing much. Not if he can't get behind that serve. Not if he's dropping set 6-1 to Pedro Martinez. I imagine Struff's going to be able to take one. Probably not even drop one, so let's see. Let's hope and see. I'm going to take Struff on the money line anyway. Definitely. And then let's just fly through Adelaide really fast. Not much in this. So first off, Felix Auger-Aliassime, Arctic Zoe. We've got a Frenchie versus a fake Frenchie. No chance. Not going anywhere near it. I think Felix has beaten once before. Call it 1.5 on the decimal. Yeah. Do what you want with that. I'm not going anywhere near it. I really want to take El Chapo to beat Marcus Giron as well. But I feel like doing that would be very, very retarded of me. He's 1.5 as well. Marcus Giron's beaten before, I'm sure that was last year. Yeah. It's too soon, innit? It's too soon. I know he's just beat fucking Zhang. He beat Triple Z in the first game. Who did he play? Kai Nishikori, was it? And we took El Chapo day 2 of Brisbane, or Hong Kong it would have been. I don't think I'm ready to go there just yet. I don't. Let me know in the comments if anyone's having a go on Chapo there. I just don't think I can. As a matter of fact, I'm definitely not. I'd advise you to do the same, although I would like him to win it. I would like him to come good again, because if he starts playing just as he did to finish last season, free money. I'm telling you, Chapo will be free money at some point very, very soon. But as of right now, no. I can't do it. I made the promise to myself. Just go through the shite, innit? Look, no one's touching Tommy Paul and Manuel Gennard 1.07. Spread's spread's 5.5. So if you're taking Tommy Paul -5.5, I shake your hand. Best of luck to you. I'm not going to touch you. 5.5's a lot of games, especially if it's going to go. Imagine Tommy Paul to beat him in straight sets. 5.5's, it's a lot of points. It's a lot of points, it really is. So, I'm a bit worried about that one. You've got 2, Benjamin Bonzi, getting Bonzi at 1.5. That's a solid one, that. That's a solid one. I might, you know what? Fuck, that's a parlay piece. You do with it what you will. I'm just going to put it as a parlay piece, so, yeah, do with it what you want. I'm pretty sure Benjamin Bonzi will beat 2. You've got to. He's got to. I can't believe 2 beat James Duckworth. I really can't. He was very, very lucky to get past him. Benjamin Bonzi's just a different fucking animal, isn't he? Different animal. Now he's over his wrist injury as well. He picked up what? Three, four, five, I think it was four titles last season. He picked up that one in Mets. We know how good he can be, especially on these surfaces. Surely he doesn't get beat. Surely Benjamin Bonzi doesn't get beat here. I said that we can trust in him. We've learnt in the past that we can now trust in Benjamin Bonzi once again, can't we? 1.5 there, that's sound. That's sound as a parlay piece. It really is. You only need to find one more little sprinkler to go on that. You've got yourself an evens double. So I'll leave that with you. Do as you please. Davidovic Fekina, Sebastian Corda. I don't know whether Sebastian Corda's fit or not. According to the odds, he's not. Even though the heads 2-0 to Sebastian Corda, he's still a dog. And he was a dog in the last game before he pulled out as well, so I can't. A little bit of patience will be the best bet for most of these games. I feel like that'll go a long way for us this season. One unit on a bit of patience there. Benak and Dinky. Benak's a massive favourite as well, and he's been rather below par. Rather below par to start his season off. I have not been that impressed with Benak whatsoever. I've probably been more impressed with Dinky. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, I've probably been more impressed with Dinky, and he's a 2-1 underdog here. Benak barely got past Yannick Hanfman. He barely got past Yannick Hanfman, didn't he? There could be something here for me, Hijikata has just played David Goffin in his first game and he beat him 6-1, 6-2. You know what I mean? Like, Benak's barely, I can't stress that word enough, barely beat Yannick Hanfman. Couldn't beat Sonego. You know what I mean? It's too soon, We're not in America yet. We're not. It's not time for Benak yet. We'll keep him in the bag, Keep him in our pocket for a few months, and then we'll see where we are come the summer. But I'd love to just take Hijikata and watch him beat Brandon Nakashima. Yeah, I feel like he will. I feel like this will be the upset of the day, if you can even call it that. Dinky playing at home court advantage. Just saying, food for thought. I think Kokkinakis beats Thomas Martin at Echeverry. That's also 1.6. That's a solid parlay piece. Fucking hell, I haven't really thought about these ones, have I? Yeah, not much to talk about there. I'm sure Kokkinakis was a wild card as well. I watched him play Nishioka, one of them. Yeah, he played Nishioka 2-1. Echeverry got past there. I'm going to call him School Cake. Yeah, that rolls off the tongue a bit better for me. I'm going to call him Tristan School Cake. It was a close game as well. He was nearly done as well. I'm sure that first one went to a tiebreaker. School Cake nearly done him. But unfortunately, he just couldn't hold on. Kokkinakis here, at home, on this surface, against Echeverry, who, admittingly has made improvements on the hard court, but nowhere near. It's nowhere near enough what you need to take on someone like Kokkinakis in his home tournament as well. It's really not when he's playing like that. 20-14 last season, and 31-18 the season before. They're all positive hard court records. As a matter of fact, there's been one season that he was... it was the 2016 season. I think he was out. He went 0-1 on the hardcore. He played one game all season, but apart from that, positive all around for Tanasi there. Gotta fancy him, haven't you? You've gotta fancy him to beat this Clay Merchant. Although I feel bad saying that about Etch-a-Sketch because he's done some bits for me on the clay. Got nothing against him, it's nothing personal. Kokkinakis 1.6 on the decimal. Can't go wrong with that. And then last one, probably should have mentioned this first, but Christopher O'Connell is an underdog. He may not be by the time this comes out, but he's a fucking underdog. I've got him as a dog here as well, against Kekmanovic at home. Do you remember what O'Connell done to Kekmanovic last time they played? I'll just remind you. Belgrade last year, 6-1, 6-1, hard court. Kekmanovic 2 years ago in the very same tournament here, 6-4, 6-4. But most recently, 6-1, 6-1. And you're a dog. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? I don't know. Kekmanovic has looked decent. We knew he'd beat Bublik. We knew he would. We said he'd give Muller a good go. Muller went on to win the title in Hong Kong. And then he beat Luciano Darderi, is that? Yeah, he beat Darderi the first game of Hong Kong, straight sets. What's going on here? What's going on with this? Why is Christopher O'Connell a dog? I thought he looked sound against Artur Rinderich. Straight sets on the hard court against Artur Rinderich. Can't moan at that. Can't moan at that at all. I honestly think Christopher O'Connell beats Kekmanovic tomorrow. Am I brave enough to just go O'Connell on the money line? I might be. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you're going for on that one. I'm going for O'Connell for a set. As you already know. That's the double. I'm going Nishesh and O'Connell for a set, 1.84. And yeah, that's safe, innit? I think that's safe. I can't see Kekmanovic beating him in straight sets in his home tournament. I really can't. I know he's just beat Bublik in straight sets, but Bublik, we said, haven't we? Bublik's barely fucking played. It feels like he hasn't played for years. I'm not going to waste any more time because we're coming up on 30 minutes again and these games start very, very soon. I do apologise, but it's Christopher O'Connell for a set on the double. And if you've got to take it, if you've really got to, take him on the money line. Best of luck to you. Best bets in the comments, all that stuff. Get involved, don't be shy. Share it with the group. Right then. Have a look at the pinned comments. You know what the bets are, just mentioned it. I'll be saying good night to you then, folks. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Can't wait for the Australian Open. Let me know who's excited for that. I'll see you in a bit, yeah? Sound. Right then. Enjoy the tennis. Let's go get some cash. Appreciate you watching, spending the time as always. See you tomorrow.